Hi sexy ladies, this is Ashley Kay, and in this video I'm going to share how to make a man chase you in 5 steps. If you've met a guy who is just wonderful, you really like him, but there's only one problem. He's not pursuing you as consistently as you would like, then this video is perfect for you. I'm going to share 5 steps on how to get a man to become addicted to you, so he wants to make you his one and only, to commit to you and to forget any other woman that's competing for him right now, and make him think that all this was his idea. Step number 1, love life. Love life. What does love life mean? We hear this all the time, but what does it actually mean? Well, loving life means being open, being appreciative to all that life has to offer you, or the value that is around us in life. So there's a couple of different categories of life that I'm going to list, and this includes the people in your life, the people that's consistently in your life, your career, the job that you do, your location, where you live, the house that you live in, the town that you live in, the country that you live in, your hobbies, what you do on the weekend, what you do for fun, and lastly and most importantly, you. You have to love you because you're a part of life as well. Loving you is really about enjoying being yourself, being in your own body, doing the things that you do on a regular basis, how you feel on a regular basis. You should enjoy and love that as well. So there's a few different areas to life, and ultimately you want to open your eyes to all of these categories and to all the things that are on offer for you every single day. Now, a lot of people take a lot of these things for granted, because we are, we see our family and friends all the time. We go to work every day. We do our hobbies every other week. We're with us 24/7. You're in your own bodies 24/7. So after a while, you stop appreciating the good things in your life. And instead, you start focusing on all the areas that's not right in your life. That's where people get stuck. Okay, so if you're just worrying about, the bills that needs to be paid, or the friend that keeps bitching at you or won't talk to you, or how, you're not at 10 out of 10 perfect yet, all the things you don't like about your job, if you just focus on all those things, then of course you're not going to love life. But loving life doesn't mean you need to like every single aspect of life, the good and the bad. It just means you need to appreciate those good qualities and really see them and appreciate them to enjoy and love life. Step number 2, love men. Now this second step may give you conflicting feeling. A lot of single ladies give me the impression they don't love men. They don't appreciate men. It's almost like they don't want men, but they can't help themselves but to want men. Or some women just completely resign to the fact that they don't want a man at all in their life. They don't need a man at all in their life, and they're just fine without one. So of course, when you're giving off that kind of vibe, you're not going to draw men to you. Certainly you're not going to draw the man who's chasing you or used to chase you to keep chasing you, because you have a slightly negative bias towards men in general. Okay, we're talking about men in general here. So in order to make a man chase you, you must have a bias to positive qualities of men in general. And when you have that kind of bias, you flip things around. Feel like that's just not true. That's not reality. I don't feel that way about men. But just as you can always find areas of life that you don't like, you can also find areas of life that you do like. And same goes for men. There's a reason why men are attracted to younger women, and it's not just how younger women look. One of their youthful qualities is also their youthful naivety surrounding men and relationships. Now, even though being naive is not seen as a very good thing in society, it definitely has advantages in this case. Because another meaning for being naive is being innocent, is being open-minded, okay? And if you're open-minded and you're a little bit innocent, that means you're curious. That means instead of judging men too quickly when you don't even know that guy and what he's like, now you're going to be curious instead and be like, okay, that's interesting, that interests me, let's find out more about that guy, instead of quickly labeling him as this, and this. If you want the best of both worlds, if you want the advantages of youth and the advantages of being older and wiser, you need to have two sides of the coin. One side being your bias to the positive qualities of men, meaning a little bit of youthful naivety is good. Okay, that youthful innocence, curiosity is really, really attractive. And then on the other side, you also want wisdom. Okay, wisdom through experience. Now, a very useful belief to have about men is men are good, men are trustworthy, unless they show me otherwise. That is an extremely useful and advantageous belief to have when you want men to pursue you, when you want men to chase you, because you keep both advantages, okay? Both advantages of the being a little bit youthful, naive, innocent, and open, and also you have a bit of the wisdom of being older, being more experienced. Step number 3, love the process. Stop trying to control the narrative. I see a lot of women try to hurry the man along, okay, along this preconceived narrative in their mind, because they think if a man is into you, then they should do this, and that. And if he's not doing it, maybe I need to change my behavior, I need to push him along a little bit, like what's going on, because they're so caught up in this narrative in their head, in this fantasy storyline in their head of how things should play out. If you're trying to control everything, you're meddling with nature. You're working against nature. Like the seasons, summer will always come after spring. It doesn't matter how hard you try, how many voodoo spells that you do, or how much you try to change yourself, summer will still always come after spring. You can't change that. The seasons are set. Okay, the sun rises in the morning and sets at night. You can't change that. You can stick your head in the sand as long as you want, but you're not changing nature. You're not changing the season. Love is the same. You're meant to have every relationship you're meant to have, and every relationship you're not meant to have. So if you're not having that relationship, then you're not meant to have it. Try to just enjoy the process. Don't have such a tight hold on getting him to do what you want him to do just because in your mind, that's how it should go, and you're so addicted to that control, but really that's what is screwing you up. Step number 4, be slow to be exclusive with him. Being exclusive means you have communicated to each other, you're no longer going to see other people, to sleep with other people, to entertain other people, and you're also going to introduce each other as boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner. Being exclusive is never and should never be assumed, okay? Don't assume you have exclusivity just because you slept with a guy, or just because a guy tells you he loves you and he adores you and you're the love of his life. That's not exclusivity. Exclusivity, when you both explicitly say, like exchanging contracts through words, okay, we're no longer going to see other people, we're only seeing each other exclusively, now we're boyfriend and girlfriend, now we're partners. Yes, it needs to be that clear. Please do not make the mistake of just assuming it without communicating that very, very clearly. And I also encourage to be very slow to come to this agreement. Very slow to come to this agreement. That means before you're exclusive, you leave yourself open. Okay, you leave yourself open to other opportunities, other options, other men to come in. Okay, you're not going to close down the Tinder account. You're not going to stop going on eHarmony or OkCupid or any online dating sites. You're not going to turn down offers for dates. You're going to say yes to all of them just like you normally would when you're single, because you're not exclusive with that guy. Okay, if he's not having that conversation with you to be exclusive, you're still open. And I really recommend, even if he's trying to be exclusive with you, you are slow. Okay, you are slow to agree to that. Step number 5 is to use the 70-30 rule to trigger his chase instinct. So the 70-30 rule is a good rule of thumb. It means you're going to spend 70% of time still focused on your life and yourself, and only 30% of the time on him. Okay, so when you are first courting a man and he's courting you, you want to be slow to be exclusive, and you also want to be slow to integrate him into your life. Try not to drop everything because of this guy, and then it's every day with him, every day talking to him, every day being with him, and everything is just super intense. Relationships like that have worked out, but I would almost say they're the exceptions to the rule. They're not the rule, okay? So the rule is, I think it's safer to slowly integrate him, especially when you don't know him. Plus, what's the worst that could happen? If he's the right guy, then he would be patient enough to wait for you. If he's the wrong guy, then he's not going to be patient. He will disappear. You also want a man to feel the right amount of tension, that you're just a little bit outside his reach, just a little bit. So he always needs to put a little bit more in. Okay, rush in a little bit more with his feelings, with his energy, with his time. Okay, so it makes him invest a little bit more. So the more he invests, the more he wants to chase. The more he chases, the more he'll invest. And then it's a nice, it gives a nice momentum to the whole thing. Also, this allows you as a feminine woman to stay in your feminine. So you can receive more, and then him in his masculine energy, he can offer more. Okay, so this is a great way to ensure that the man who pursues you and passes this test will be someone who's a masculine man. Because if you flip that dynamic around, which sometimes it happens that way, where the woman is doing all the chasing, then typically in that scenario, the woman is the one playing the masculine role. That may be on purpose, that may not be on purpose. If you are a naturally feminine woman, then you definitely want to keep to the 70-30. If you are more naturally, have more masculine energy, let's just say, not that you're more masculine, but that you feel more comfortable in your masculine, then it's okay to flip that ratio around. But keep in mind, if you do that, you're going to also attract more submissive men. So if you're okay with that, if you're happy with that, then that's totally fine, okay? I'm just saying that this rule ensures that if you're feminine, you can get that masculine guy. So just to recap, step 1 is to love life, including yourself. Step 2 is to love men. Step 3 is to love the process. Don't try to control the narrative. Step 4 is to be slow, to be exclusive with him. And step 5 is to use the 70-30 rule to trigger his chase instinct to ensure that you attract a masculine man. If you like this video, then I think you're going to love my free report on Be Chased, the secret to get a man to chase you. If you would like more information on how to get a man to chase you, how to get a man to fall deeply and madly in love with you, and commit to you and only you, then you want to check out the link in my description and download that report. Don't forget to like me, comment below, and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more videos from me. And I'll talk to you soon next time. Bye.